Welcome to Woodworker's Workshop and the garage of woodchuckcanuck.com. Today we're going to take deal with a couple of issues for this new BearCat chipper that we picked up. It's a used model, new to us, but it's in very good condition. The arborist who owned it hardly ever used it. There were a couple of issues that we pointed out to BearCat when I sent them a couple of emails, and upon giving them a call, spoke with a fellow there. I forget his name, but I'll get it later. He was very helpful, and for me to have a company who offers really good customer service, in my books, goes a long way to saying a lot about the product that they make. So the two issues that I had with this BearCat chipper, it's a CH8993H, was that the engine shakes on shutdown, and that the hydraulic feed was in reverse. So I was of the understanding, when you start this chipper, start the engine, get it idling, and then you engage the belt, and then you bring it up to RPMs, and then you use the machine. But then upon shutdown, you reduce the engine to about a quarter idle towards the tortoise or the turtle. Then you disengage the rotor, let it run for a little bit longer, and then shut down the engine. And that's the experience I'm having of the engine shaking really hard. So now BearCat told me over the phone, when you go to slow down the engine to quarter speed, don't disengage the rotor drum. In other words, leave this up, so that when you do finally shut off the engine, the rotor will help slow the engine down and most likely prevent that from happening, the engine shaking from happening. So that's what we're going to try right now. Well, it didn't appear to shake as much as last time. It certainly slowed down a lot faster, and the maybe like the guy said on the phone, the compression from the engine helped slow the rotor down quite a bit faster. Because back again at Woodworkers Workshop and woodchucknuck.com. Next thing we're going to look at this BearCat chipper is to take a look at the feed rollers, because when you're all the ways forward and all the ways back, it should be in reverse mode, but what this machine is doing, the feeders are rolling to feed the machine. So it's opposite of what it should be doing. The other two pieces, the forward and the stop is okay, but this is reverse right now. So right now I'm dealing with forward, reverse, stop, and forward. So again, talking to the fellow on the phone, he said there's two solenoids, or a solenoid with two sensors. I think they're in here. So I'm going to take that cover off and basically swap them out. I'm just going to pull this there. See if that helps any. I'm guessing it has less stretch, so it's easier to pull, but if I went way back here with it, it's actually easier. So, okay, so I'll probably leave it like that. The spring's kind of rusty. I'll probably spray some rust prevention stuff on it when I'm done. Now, kind of a 5/8 maybe. Nope. Yeah, 11/16. Yes. Alright, so I'm going to tighten it, and we're going to go this way to loosen it. I'm hoping I got the angle of that camera right so that you can see all this. What's that look like anyway? It's just... I don't know what kind of sensor that is. Does the job though. So that's marked as forward. That one's not marked at all. Anyway, let's get this last one off. Alright, so this one's got to go down here. Oh, I hope if I was turning the right way. something. Don't have another 11/16, so I'm just going to go here and grab this. Just, you want to get these on tight so that they don't come loose from vibrating. Alright, that's one. Let's put this one up here. It's easy to tell where the screw was because the metal looks clean. This is a safety issue, and I don't know how these got installed backwards. Can't imagine the manufacturer doing it, but you know, things do happen. But and how it, you know, how it would pass the safety quality control at the manufacturer. Because for safety reasons, pushing the bar all the way in or all the way out is like that, so that if you do get caught up in the feed mechanism, you know that by pulling this all the way out or all the way in as you're going into the machine, that it'll stop the feed mechanism. So it wasn't doing that, so I wasn't really comfortable in operating this machine until I got that fixed. Because accidents do happen, and certainly my wife can attest that if an accident can occur, it's probably going to happen to me. So, alright. So, before I do anything else, we're going to test that. have to go back and read my manual because I'm pretty sure, I'm not quite sure what that's for. I mean, it's a belt tensioner, you know. Now the belt is engaged, the tensioner is engaged on the belt, and then you can pull it up. Now the belt is not engaged, the tensioner is not engaged. So you start the engine, you get it at quarter speed, you put the belt tensioner down, and then you bring it up speed and you use the machine. So I'm pretty sure that's how it's working. I was confused there a little earlier about it, but I think that we've got it squared away. As for this, I've got this working. The reverse and reverse are on the outside now, which is what I wanted. And the only thing is that these two ones represent reverse, pardon me, represent stop and forward. But after changing those sensors, what I'm experiencing is reverse, stop, forward, and reverse. So that's what that setup does. I can't see how anything else can be different or changed, but maybe I can give another call to BearCat and see if it really matters. I mean, what matters most is that the reverse are on the outside now, and that even though the label says this is forward and that's stop, what I'm getting is stop and forward. So, you know, if it lands, if the forward motion lands in either one of those, and same for stop, it doesn't matter. What's important are the very outside and the very inside are reverse for safety reasons. Okay, that's about it. Maybe the next time when I go to sharpen the chipper blades, I'll do another short video. Alright, bye for now. Back again. One more thing I said I was going to do was spray this stuff with my favorite product in the world is Rust Check. I've been using it for many, many years. Great as a lubricant, but it's especially good as a rust prevention tool. So I do this with all my machines. Wherever I see a little bit of rust, give it a little bit of spray of this, and no worries again about having to deal with rust. Should actually go a little better now, smoother with a little bit of lubricant on it. Okay, signing off. One more visit back on the little bit of maintenance with this BearCat chipper. What I noticed right away when I got the chipper were these wear marks here, and it's from this spring being over here, while, how could I say, this here, while currently like in this plane, was turned more this way, so that this spring was rubbing up against, actually this and the spring were rubbing up against here. So I took the pry bar and I just gave it a bit of a turn this way, with some downward pressure, and just moved the spring away from the housing. There's no need for that to be rubbing up against the housing like that. There's still lots of tension on that. And the same thing for on the other side. You can see where the spring was sitting, way up in there. And so right now that eye bolt is like this. It was more like that, so that the spring would work down that way when it was turned a little bit more that way, and resulted in that. Again, no need for that. Not sure why it was left like that, but when I see things like that, I got to fix it, just so that it doesn't continue operating that way. Okay,